Hey, good afternoon. This is Sanders. And again, we're going to take a look at our shuffle. And we're going to look today at creating a campaign and a lead share. Basic, simple procedures. You do not have to be a technical wizard to start a campaign and a lead capture. Simple and straightforward. I'll go ahead and screen share. We'll bring up my back office or my dashboard. For demo purposes, I'm going to be using my test and play card. So I'll come over to the three little dots on the right-hand side of the block, single click it. I'll come down to campaigns, single click or select it. It does its thing. It says no campaigns, right where we want to be because I want to create a new campaign. When you create campaigns, you're wanting to be as specific as possible. One of my biggest mistakes when I started was I'd have a social media campaign and I posted on Twitter, I posted Pinterest, I posted Facebook, I posted MeWe, LinkedIn, WebTalk. Any social media that I used that one campaign. As a result, I really had no idea where I was getting clicks or views of my card. I had no clue. So I've learned. Make your campaigns as specific as possible. If you're using Facebook, go ahead and make a Facebook campaign, a Facebook groups. Excuse me. We'll put that on pause. Facebook personal for your personal profile campaign, a separate campaign for your Facebook page, a separate campaign for your Facebook group, and just keep on breaking it down and keep it as narrow a field as you can. It will help your analytics. It will show you where you're getting clicks, where you're getting views, what links, and where you're getting the most engagement for your card. For this particular one, I'm just going to have I think I call it test and play. And we'll name this particular campaign demo. I like to identify the card that it's coming from and the specific campaign name itself. In our description area, I'm just going to go ahead and put 1 March 2021. After we build the campaign and the lead capture, I'll come back and I'll put my links in, the long link, and I'll go to bit.ly and I will shorten it and I'll put both of those in. I can also write in any other description that I wish to identify the card with. So we'll annotate this one as both of these fields will not be seen on the card. Well, I'm sorry. Both of these fields will not be seen on the card. These are just for in-house. I'll come down to my notification settings. My choice of individual or daily summary. For this campaign, I'd like to be notified individually, so I'll do that. If I wanted daily summary, I would click it. It says, when do you want to receive it at? I choose the times that I wish to receive it. Email notifications, I usually turn those off on all my campaigns. I use the push notification. I have the app, the Shuffle app downloaded on my phone. I go with that. It also shows up when I get a view, will show up as one of my notifications inside Shuffle itself. As I said, we want to include the lead capture, so I'll select that. I have some options. How do I wish for my lead capture to appear? Show at the bottom, an optional pop-up where it pops up randomly through the card, or a mandatory pop-up. Great thing about the advanced cards is you can actually move that mandatory pop-up to where you wish it to be placed. Excuse me, it must be time for a cigarette already. So we'll go with our lead capture title. This will show up on your card. So you want to make it something that's going to grab attention, something that's going to generate interest and get people to actually fill out your lead capture. For my demo purposes, I'm just going to use a generic more information request. As I scroll down, I come up on my first mandatory field, which is filled in. It's a first name that will always be there. You cannot do anything with it. Scroll down, you come to add more fields. Click on that and you have several different options. You have a short text field, a long text field, radio box, drop-down menu, checkbox, upload business card photo. For our demo purposes, I'm going to use every single one of these. And we're going to have a monster of a lead capture. Normally after a first name, if you wish to add, request the last name or any other information you can. Normally I just go straight to email. I'll make that a mandatory block because I want to be able to get in touch with these folks and I want to capture that lead for good. I'll scroll down, add more fields. The long text field, I usually put one of those at the bottom of my form, and it'll simply be a questions and or comments. So we'll just skip down to radio box. Radio box is only one selectable item. Because I'm a very slow typer, I'll switch screens real quick. Minimize that. Bring it over here, hopefully clear it up out of the way so that we can still see my form. There we go. And for my radio box, I'm going to cut and paste simply because it's quicker for me than typing. I want to make this a mandatory box. You can make them mandatory or leave them optional. Our options. How to share my card. Add another field. Lead capture forms. Add another field, and you can add as many fields as you really wish. I'm just going to have 3. And remember, for the radio box, you can only select one item. So anybody that's viewing this can select one of these that they're interested in. As I move down, I can add more fields. We'll add a drop-down menu. Our drop-down menu is also one selectable item. Again, for illustrative purposes, I'm just going to use the same blocks over and over again. We'll also make it mandatory. We have our options. I never use all of these like this in an actual campaign. Our checkbox. Checkbox is where you can actually select more than one item that's got your interest. We'd be here all night with me typing, wouldn't we? And of course, if you decide you wanted another option, or if you made another field and you don't need it, select the minus, it goes away. You can delete any or all of these as you wish. Upload the business card photo. This is really cool because you can change, you can edit the name of this field, the title, to just upload any image or upload an image of your choice. Very cool little feature. As I said, I like to add a long text field. Usually just call it questions and comments. Because I've got all these other mandatory ones, I'm just going to leave this. I'll make it mandatory also. For our lead capture, how do I want to be notified about the lead capture itself? Again, I usually go with individual. Email notifications I'll turn off. Push notifications I'll leave on. The one exception that I usually make is with Twitter. Anytime I use Twitter and I post a campaign on Twitter, it seems like the little Twitter bots go insane and I'll get 25 to 30 views of that card. That's a lot of notifications to be getting over my phone. Makes a lot of noise. I usually just pass on it and go with a daily summary. So we've got the form filled out. We've got our lead capture form created. Select create. It's going to bring up our QR code and our long link. One of the things I like to do is I will use my snipping tool, make a copy, place it in a folder, title it Test and Play Demo. That way I can share the QR code and I've got it identified. My long link, as I said often, I will take it and I will go to bit.ly and I'll get a shortened link for it. I copy the link, I go back into Edit Campaign, and I'm just going to put the long link right inside here. It's just easier for me to find and easier for me to do. Save that. We can close this out. And as you can see, now we have a test and play demo. To edit it, simple basic. Click on the three dots, come up to edit. You also have the option to delete it. And here's all the information I've got. I can adjust and change and do what I wish with it. I'm going to save that. I've already copied my long link. So let's take a look at the actual finished product. Come up here and I'll enter that long link into my web browser address bar. I can get it to work. There we go. I'll paste it. Select enter. We should open up the test and play card itself. As I scroll down, I wanted it at the bottom of the card. It is at the bottom of the card. Our first name, mandatory field. Email, mandatory field. I would like to know more about sharing my card, lead capture form, campaigns. This is the radio box. You can only select one item. The drop-down menu is a little bit different. Select it. It brings up what the viewer would like to know more about. Again, only one can be selected. The checkbox. You can select one or you can select all, or you can select any number you wish. Again, I have all these as mandatory. Upload business card. I get to choose my image file. I'll click on that. And I can bring up my profile. I think I'll just use a random one. Open it. It puts it in. Questions and or comments. Because I'm real happy with myself, I will put great presentation on there. Down here, I agree to terms of use and the privacy policy. If you wish to read those, feel free. I will click submit and boom, it goes. I guess that would help, wouldn't it? Make sure I get a first name and an email in there. Now I click submit and it's off. And it tells me, thank you, my information has been successfully submitted. Very simple process, very simple and easy to do. A couple of things to note on it is each campaign has to be created individually. Each campaign can or cannot have a lead capture. Campaigns are unlimited within Shuffle. You can make as many campaigns as you possibly want. That's why I encourage you to break it down to as small a grouping as you can. You can include the lead capture or not. Each lead capture has to be built individually. That's why I like to do a lot of cut and paste, and I keep some of my fields in a file so that I can just go back to that, copy it, paste it. Saves me typing. Makes life a little bit better for me. If you came here through the card, and if you're a new Shuffle user, I hope this has helped you out some. And I hope that you'll be able to build and grow your business using the Shuffle campaign and lead capture feature. Later, we'll take a look at what happens once that submit button is pushed. What happens? Where does it go? What happens? How long does it take? Very quick. It'll be a very short video. So, if you have any questions, remember, I'm always available 24/7 just about. As you can tell, I don't sleep. I don't take much time for my own self, but we do get back to people as quickly as possible. If you're here from YouTube, thank you very much. Please like, leave a comment, and remember, when you finish and make your campaign, remember me. Share your card with me. I love to see cards. I love to look at cards. I get a lot of great ideas when I do look at cards for things that I can do better, ways that I can improve my own cards. Plus, I'd love to see your success. So, until next time, have a great day.